Can you imagine there are military units in the world whose training would make your head spin? No, I'm not joking. Seriously, it would leave you reeling. Yes, today you'll see everything from playing catch with live grenades to being buried alive underground. Keep in mind, 99% of ordinary soldiers worldwide wouldn't survive this training. So why wait? Let's get started. First, let's talk about North Korea's 11th Storm Corps. Witnessing their training is guaranteed to make your jaw drop. It doesn't look like a military operation, it looks more like a martial arts circus act. You might see a soldier leap over another's head to kick a teacup out of the air, or someone shattering a light bulb with just their bare fingers. It's like magic, but that's nothing. The real spectacle begins when it's time to impress their supreme leader. They endure blows from heavy stones against their chests and withstand brutal beatings with wooden clubs. Yet, as thrilling as it looks, you can't stop a bullet that way on a real battlefield, can you? But if we're talking about breaking bones, literally, look at Cambodia's SF-911K unit. There are no brick-smashing games or flashy shows here. It's all about real blood and brutality. Their drill instructors aim to break these soldiers, literally break them. A sudden punch, a kick to the ribs, a blow to the stomach, a slap with an open palm. These are all part of the soldier's daily menu. And if you're particularly unlucky, you might get a Spartan kick. Yes, perhaps there is a method to this madness, but can wars be won through physical combat alone? Absolutely not. That's why Vietnam's commandos chose a completely different strategy. You could say they are made of a different breed of human. They don't just adapt to their environment, they turn that very environment into a deadly weapon. Take that bamboo stake, for instance. Looks ordinary, doesn't it? But in the jungle, this is their secret cheat code. It's absolutely unbelievable. Mind-boggling stuff, isn't it? But now comes the real shocker. If you thought building a ladder out of sticks was crazy, just look at China's Snow Leopard Commando unit. What you hear about them will blow your mind. Do you know what they do? They play catch with live grenades. Yes, you heard that right. Where kids play with balls, they play with active time bombs. They toss live grenades at each other as if they were mere toys. But no, this isn't foolishness. They are China's elite counter-terrorism force. Their sole objective is to learn how to keep a cool head, ice cold, even under extreme pressure. Just imagine, if you can play with an active bomb, how hard could defusing one possibly seem? It would feel like child's play, but that's nothing. The real intensity is about to begin. We're moving on to a level of madness that will make your jaw drop. To the group coming up next, even live grenades seem like tiny toys. The Philippines Scout Rangers and their Tobac Tab training. Do you know who has the most terrifying dropout rate in the world? This unit. To complete their training, one must endure 6 months of absolute hell. It is so grueling that 8 out of 10 recruits don't make it. In the very first test, you'd see instructors forcibly holding soldiers underwater until they are on the verge of losing consciousness. Then, a spoonful of chili is immediately poured into their mouths, tears streaming, unable to breathe. In this state, they face the ultimate test of their fear of heights. One slip-up for even a split second and you're out. By the 7th week, more than 50 candidates have already been eliminated, but the truly terrifying part begins at the very end. In the final test, you have to shoot at a water bag with an M16 rifle, a bag held by your own comrade. Yes, you heard that right, shooting directly at a person. A slight tremor of the hand, and it's all over. But if 6 months seems like a long time, Taiwan's Hell Week will show you how all that agony can be compressed into just 7 days. Their finish line is literally called the Road to Heaven. It begins at 3 a.m. with the most brutal wake-up call imaginable. Keep in mind, these soldiers get only 5 minutes of sleep every 6 hours. Yes, just 5 minutes. And that is merely the beginning. Next comes a 25-kilometer run in full combat gear, swimming in dark waters, a 6-meter deep dive, and finally an assault through tear gas. For those who survive this far, the ultimate nightmare awaits, a challenge where only 30% pass. To cross the road to heaven, one must crawl over razor-sharp coral. No hands are allowed, and there is no stopping. One mistake means starting all over again. Merely making it out alive feels like a stroke of luck. But if physical agony isn't enough for you, look at South Korea's Black Berets. Their training involves sword fighting against some of the deadliest people on Earth. Before this combat, however, the soldiers are starved for 5 days. If they ask for food, they are forced to do countless pull-ups. Out of 500,000 soldiers, only 5,000 qualify to become Black Berets. You might even see them attacking their own comrades with knives, an act that borders on sheer madness. But if attacking one's own kind seems like madness to you, what would you call the 707th Special Mission Group? They are South Korea's silent messengers of death. By the time you spot them, it is already too late. Modeled after Delta Force and the British SAS, they can infiltrate buildings without making a sound and eliminate enemies with surgical precision. They can even storm hijacked vehicles. The craziest part? They rappel upside down to enter through windows and blast through walls to carve their own paths. Every single operator is both a sniper and a martial arts expert. Forget about breaching walls like South Korean Special Forces. To achieve top rank, they are buried alive underground. Yes, it is absolutely true. They forge a lethal force ready for any kind of warfare, hostage rescues, grueling marches, and even 20-hour simulated capture scenarios. And just when they are on the verge of breaking down from this relentless torment, the final test arrives. Live burial. It is the ultimate test of human endurance. One must lie underground while alive, and the goal is simply to see how long one can hold out. If live burial sounds terrifying to you, then the doper exercise of Indonesia's Kopassus should arguably be banned outright. It is a form of madness that defies belief. Soldiers must crawl through knee-deep mud with limited visibility while a hail of bullets rains down from above. Yes, these are actual live rounds, and the drill is repeated over and over. The objective is to completely eradicate the fear of death and learn to operate amidst real gunfire. But do you know what the most terrifying part is? Using one's own teammate as the target. Take France's GIGN, for instance. They train every operator to be a sharpshooter, not by aiming at dummy targets, but by firing live rounds just inches away from a comrade's head. And then it gets even more extreme, firing directly at a partner's chest, albeit while they are wearing the thickest ballistic vest. Here, your only task is to entrust your life to your teammate and wait, hoping that nothing goes horribly wrong. Fortunately, there haven't been any accidents so far. But remember, only 7% of applicants make it this far.